What up?
Oh, there we go. Turns out if you plug your headphones in, you could hear.
That usually works, typically.
I was like, what the fuck? I don't hear anything at all.
You're like, hello, what's going on?
All right. Everything's all good now, I believe. You ready to get this pod rolling?
Yeah, I'm ready to get it rolling here. Oh, I do like that one song that's on there. I don't know. Hold on here. Oh yeah, I did put it on here. It's this one right here.
I don't hear anything.
You can't hear that?
No, I don't hear anything.
What if it's too loud because it's coming from the house?
That's funny. No, yeah, it's like it's literally dead, dead silent.
It should be on Spotify. Battle Without Honor or Humanity.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about too. I think I know what that one is. Let's see. Okay. Oh, this right here.
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is good.
This is my jam.
Oh yeah, this is how we start the podcast.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Yeah. Welcome back to the Pleeka podcast. I can't play too much more than that.
I know.
God, that's good though. That is good.
Oh,
I gotta turn this down a little bit.
It is loud.
I can totally see you just like, you know how like the Blade music, you said you'd clean your house to that shit?
Oh yeah.
I could totally see you just cleaning your house listening to that.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's a great jam.
Hey, you ready to talk about Kill Bill 2? I'm excited to talk about Kill Bill Volume 2. It's been a bit since we talked about the first one.
It has. And yeah, I'm ready to talk about Kill Bill Volume 2.
Is number 1 still your favorite? I've been curious if that was for you, because I think it is for me too. I did enjoy 2 more this time watching it than I have before, but I think 1 is still my favorite.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that like the main reason is there's no like showdown with Bill.
Yeah, I've always been disappointed that it's just the poo 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 on his chest and then he walks. Yeah, it is cool. It's a cool move, but it's a little disappointing.
Yeah. Because like that last like 30 minutes, it's all like she's spending time with their daughter.
Yeah, it's just a big combo and like her. Yeah,
so it's like and then like she goes out and he shoots her with like the truth serum. And then it's
this one is so much wackier with some shit like that too. Yeah. Like even her getting trained, it's so silly. The truth serum, there's just a lot of more wacky things. Even the opening when she's like, I got what they called a cinematic revenge of the century or something like that, when she's like doing the monologue in the opening.
But I think that's what he was shooting for.
Yeah, no, I do too. Those are the bits that I enjoyed more this time too.
Paying homage to like the older like whatever Chinese, Japanese style movies or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. It's weird because like I've watched it with my daughter. Like she watched like the last 40 minutes. She's like, "What is this?" I'm like, I go, it's hard to explain. I go, I get it. I go, you're probably going, wow, Dad watches stupid fucking movies. Because all she saw was the last like 30, 40 minutes. So
that's
she
hilarious.
Just saw the conversation and stuff.
Him talking about Superman. He took her daughter. Then he's punching her in the heart and all that.
She's like, "What the hell is that?" And I'm like, I go, maybe one day if you're bored, you can watch it. But I go, I'm not really going to explain it.
That's funny. So she's never seen Kill Bill 1 or anything like that before?
No, this was like from 2004. There was a 03 and 04. So I mean, they're 20 years old.
I guess, yeah.
So she's, she's never seen it.
That's pretty wild that kids don't know Kill Bill. But I mean, I get it is 20 years, like you said.
It's funny. I mean, she's almost 20. She's almost 18. She'll be 18 in the lowest of the month now. But yeah, she goes. This is like something my grandpa would watch or something. I was like, wow, that hurt.
Wow. Something her grandpa would watch is Kill Bill. That is sad.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad. But so let's see. Let's go through it from the beginning. What did you think about this one?
Sure.
With, I think what is it like? Maybe the first 20 minutes, 15 minutes is the flashback of them like rehearsing their wedding.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of Samuel Jackson in there. You get Bill showing up eventually. I really did enjoy that.
It was cool.
That was pretty fun seeing all that, and like just seeing that she was trying to get a different life. She wanted out of the assassin game.
Yeah.
She was gonna marry this random schmo with some friends, and then Bill and then it's just like, nah, we're gonna kill every single one of you, including Samuel Jackson in here too. We're gonna kill him too.
Try to kill every single one of them.
True. Is she the most unkillable person? Do you like in movies? Because they did that. She was in a coma. Then they bury her alive. Like, every attempt they try, she crawls out of her grave.
Yeah.
Back to get revenge.
Watching that scene, like, I had like a little panic attack. Because I'm
You're
like,
getting
dude, that would
claustrophobic
suck.
In there.
Because I'm going, that would suck. Like,
oh my God. That would be horrible.
Bury you alive. Well, I mean, because, like, okay, cool. Like, you get the fucking coffin open. But then all that dirt falls on you.
Yeah, no, fuck.
So I'm
that.
like, no. I'm like, no.
Have you seen that movie? I don't remember what it's called. It's like whatever the amount of hours you'd be in the ground or whatever or something. But it's with Ryan Reynolds, or it might even just be called Buried. But the whole entire movie is just Ryan Reynolds buried alive underground.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fun.
He's talking to a phone operator, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're trying to get to you. There's like this much like you have this much air left," and they keep going, and I think, like, spoilers, by the end of the movie, they get to where they think he's at, and they're in the wrong spot. So then he just ends up dying, and they never get him. But I'm pretty sure you don't see a single bit of the movie other than being underground with Ryan Reynolds. So it's kind of neat with that. But that is just so fucking scary.
I bet the budget for that was probably pretty cheap.
Yeah, it cost him $10 to make that movie.
I mean, other than paying, like, the voice or whoever he's talking to is him.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in a box the whole movie, Ryan.
So that's the good thing about, like, horror movies, is you can just do a silly premise like that, and it costs you nothing, and then you can make like millions back on your movie. That's basically how Blumhouse runs now.
You totally could do it.
But what are some of your favorite bits of Kill Bill Volume 2?
I mean, I like the scene when what is it? Who's the one-eyed bitch? What's her name?
Oh, I don't know her name, but
fights Bud.
Yeah, I love when she gets her eye snatched out again.
Yeah.
She's just flail.
And then she's going nuts, like, I'm gonna fucking find you and kill you. I'm like, bitch, you can't even get out of the room you're in. I'm like, what are we doing here?
I kind of wanted Uma Thurman to fight her again there.
Yeah.
Just to see what that chick's gonna do, because she was so confident that she's gonna kick her ass there. Loses her eye, and then is still confident a little bit, even though she's flailing. I would just love to see her blind fight, or like have her have 2 eye patches on next time, and they gotta keep fighting. I love that. What about?
That's probably my my favorite of the.
I really like that too. That part I really dig in there, and then I really liked the little bit before with which I never realized until now that was Bill's brother. The whole time.
Yeah, Bud.
Yeah. Never realized that until this time watching. But I really liked all of his stuff too. With like, you see Bill show up to his house. They talk about his sword and all that a little bit. He says he pawned it, but then she uses it later on.
Yeah.
And then he gets flipped over with the Viper too, getting them. There was a lot of fun little bits in there that just like felt like all kinds of different movies all wrapped into one.
It is. I mean, I don't know. It's I don't know. I feel like I couldn't tell you. Maybe 5-10 times I've seen this, but I feel like this is probably the least I've liked it out of any time I watched it.
Oh, really? Wow.
Not like I dislike it or whatever, but I'm just like, wow. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I just remember it being better, in my opinion. I guess.
So what parts particularly like bored you? Because there was a couple parts that I didn't like in this too. Like, I thought the training, like, I used to like her training bit.
Yeah,
that part was a bit slow and weird for me now. I didn't care for it.
The ending, like I said, with Bill, it's all talk, it's all conversation. There's like no fight. There's no, because it's like, well, fuck, like
that is true. Like the whole first movie is like fighting.
You've been chasing, fucking 2 whole fucking movies.
Yeah,
and you fucking use a fucking Hong Kong hand gesture to fucking make his heart explode. I'm like, you can't fight this guy. I'm like, this is the guy you've been fighting for fucking, or trying to find and kill for 2 whole fucking movies.
Yeah, that
I don't know, and I'm sure
I feel like
homage to the whatever.
Yeah, it's probably something of like Quinn's favorite movie, and he's redoing that or whatever. It also
because I thought I saw something. That's what I was trying to look at.
Oh, okay.
You can keep talking.
It felt like to me, maybe like that movie is real or something. I doubt it. But doesn't it feel like if he just sat in that chair for like a couple hours, it would wear off or something? Like, how long do you think until you take your 10 steps you die? Like, if I waited 10 years after she did that movie to my chest and I walked 10 steps, would I die?
I don't know.
I've always wondered that about that. Like, even as a little kid, like the first time watching this, I was like, well, just don't get up and walk around. Just sit at that table the rest of your life, and you won't die. Your heart won't explode. So I never understood that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's not by any means a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. I guess
I get what
the
you
older
mean.
I've gotten, the more I'm like, well, I feel like you probably should have fucking killed him. Fought.
Although, so if you were gonna, how would you wanted them to fight? Because I guess she did a sword fight with a lot of people. Would you want them to sword fight? Would you want them to have like a gunfight?
Yeah, well,
or like
I wanted
a fist
sword
fight?
That's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a sword fight.
That would be fun. I mean, since he's like her master, kind of like mastering and fighting.
And that's the reason Hattori Hanzo made another sword, was because he mentioned Bill.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and then he made the sword for that, and then she never used it on Bill, not once.
Yeah. So that's why, like I said, it's not a bad movie. But I would have liked to have seen a sword fight between those two, because she goes to get the fucking sword made, and he's like, I'm retired.
I didn't even think of that point.
And then she's like, Bill, and he's like, it'll take me 2 months.
She even mentions to Bill that I name dropped you to get the sword made. And he was like, oh, interesting.
So that's why I'm like, man, I would have loved to have fucking seen that.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Those two sword fight would have been great.
I really wonder why he didn't, why he chose to. Maybe we could look it up.
Okay.
Why?
Absolutely.
Does
do. See, now's when you play the music.
Just play the music up again now. Oh, this reminds me though. I did have a question. Do you think because to me, it kind of felt like Bill almost expected her to come back and get revenge and find the daughter and all those things, especially when she's like, "Bam, you got us, mommy," and like all those things towards the end.
Well, he knew she was coming.
Yeah. But do you think he expected that she was gonna come there and kill him, or do you think he expected that he was gonna end up killing her? Because I felt like he knew he was gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could look at it that way too. It almost felt like he was like trying to, oh, look, I have your daughter. Like, we can forget the past and we can.
Oh, you thought like he was trying to win her over.
Be one big happy family.
That would have been a wild ending if she's just like, I forgive you, Bill. We're together now forever.
Yeah.
Duh. Winning.
That'd be good. That wouldn't have made anybody mad at the ending. Do you know what movie is next? Is it Death Proof? Death Proof?
Yeah,
oh, that's exciting. I really like.
I have not seen that. So
that's the last one you haven't seen, huh?
Yeah, that is the last one I haven't seen. It's Death Proof, Inglourious Basterds, which I don't know if you saw in the news recently, but I don't know what it was from. But Tarantino said that Christoph Waltz's character he feels that's the best character he's ever written in any of his movies.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I saw like some tweets on that
because he has that podcast he does about like really old movies and shit.
So
it's probably from that.
Yeah, but he says he feels like that's his best character he's ever written for any movie.
That's
interesting. And he said that basically he almost didn't make the movie because he couldn't find anyone to play that role.
Oh,
and then I guess it was like very last minute that Christoph Waltz, and he went with Christoph Waltz.
That's fun. I would watch Christoph Waltz in anything. He's so fucking great.
like Christoph Waltz a lot. Yeah.
Like he could literally they could be like, this is a sex tape with him and your mom, and I'd be like, oh fuck, I might have to watch that,
I love him in Django. Like,
oh
I love
yeah,
him in Django.
No, it's almost it's like fucking sad when he gets blown away in Django.
I know.
And you're like, fuck, but I know Jamie Foxx is the main guy, but what about him? It's fucking horrible.
I do love him in Django.
I can't really find an answer of why he chose not to end in a fight. It just seems like people argue about that, that it should have ended in a fight or it shouldn't have ended in a fight. People have views one way or the other.
That's part of it. You want to have that. You want to have the just fight amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
I'll just make my millions.
Well, since now we've got to the end, we've seen her fight everybody. Which fight do you think is the best? So she has in the first movie, it's the girl in her house with her daughter.
Yeah, I like that fight.
That one's really good.
Yeah.
And then is the
cereal boxes and shit.
Who do you count? I guess it's only the assassins, really. So then it'd be I can't think of her name.
That's probably the best, just because she fights like 80 fucking people in Japan or wherever.
Yeah. No, they're the giant sword fight. Like this, that's like the last 45 minutes of the first movie is that sword fight.
And then she fights
which is also crazy that's a
in the snow at the end.
Yeah. So it's like a 45-minute battle. She gets a great scene in the snow.
Yeah.
And then in Bill, which I guess it's kind of like she gets like a 45-minute conversation and then she punches Bill.
But weren't you saying that like Tarantino and Uma Thurman are not friends anymore or something?
Oh yeah, like this. The scene. I think it's when she's driving to Bill's house and it's like her in the long stretch of road driving down the road. There's footage you could see of that where he just kept forcing her to drive it, and like he wanted to make it perfect, and she got in a car accident and fucked herself up, and it was like a whole bad thing. And then since then, their vibes have been off. They recently, I think like a couple years ago, like he apologized and she forgave him and all that. But this movie like made them like totally hate each other for a bit, I think.
Wow.
But I think it's because like he was kind of not great to her and sad with her practicing the sword fighting and all. Like, it was really rough for her, I think.
Huh. Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. So.
Yeah, which funny too, which I guess is not that funny because it did fuck her up. But like that car scene is so nothing. I remember I was like trying to pay attention for it to watch it and like to see if there was like, oh, that's a good scene, so maybe that made it worth it. It's just her fucking driving down the road. There's nothing to it.
I think he's just
the opening was better with her talking and driving.
He's very meticulous with how he wants it shot, and I understand that to a certain degree, but it's like there also comes where it's just like, okay, like,
Yeah. No, you don't have to be a psychopath to make your movie look
good.
We're
not gonna get it.
Yeah, Quentin, just try this another day. You're not gonna get it here, pal. Move on.
All right, yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know. But yeah, that's probably the most bummed I'm. It's just that there was no fight.
Yeah.
At the end.
Is this your least favorite of Quentin Tarantino's movies?
Probably. I don't know. Probably not. We at the end we can rank them if you want.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea.
I would want to sit down and think about that one.
Because I feel like as I'm just thinking about them right now, not like I hated this one, but this one might be at the bottom of my list.
Really?
I think so, but I'd have to sit and like actually go through them after you watch them all. But I think as of right now, this is my bottom.
Yeah, it says that this is just someone's take, but it just says that they feel like Bill was basically happy to die in Beatrix's honor, like that that she basically went through hell and fucking like she basically deserved to kill him. Like,
oh, that makes sense. I could see that.
I tried to kill you, I shot you in the head, fucking buried you alive, like, and you still ran through all my assassins and came to get me. Like, I'm just gonna make it easy on you.
He's like, you can have this.
Duh.
Winning. It's all yours.
Because didn't he like David Carradine like hang himself in real life or something like that?
Did he really?
I don't. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's someone else. I could have swore it was him.
Let's see. David.
I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, he's dead. I know that.
Yeah, he died in 2009. Oh wow, I actually didn't know he was dead.
Yeah, it says it was likely a sex accident. He was found hanged, naked, and dead in Bangkok hotel room.
Oh my God, he was so Bill was jerking off, hanging himself, and died.
I knew. Yeah. It says likely a sex accident. Yeah, it says David Carradine, which I guess he was in a movie Star of Kung Fu. Is that what these movies are about or based off of? Kung Fu?
They're probably there's probably bits of it like old Kung Fu.
Yeah, movies. It says actor David Carradine was found dead in the closet of a Bangkok hotel room. This is Thursday with a cord wrapped around his neck. a cord wrapped around his neck and genitals, leading Thai police to suspect his death was not a suicide, but an accident resulting from dangerous sex practices. Carradine, 72, best known for his role in the 1970s television drama Kung Fu, was found by a chambermaid at Bangkok's Park Nai Alert Hotel, naked and dead, slumped in a closet with cords bound and connecting his neck and his genitals. Yeah. I remember this because I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, that is weird.
I got one question, and you probably don't have the answer. But do you think...
I'm sure I don't.
Do you think he came? Do you think he came? Like, do you think he was dying there? Or do you think it was, like, while he was trying to jerk it, he died? Or do you think he was, like, done and then, like, oh, fuck, I can't get this off, actually?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the ropes, the wires around his penis sounds kind of odd, too. It sounds like some weird shit was going on in that closet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, I always actually, when you said that name, that sounds familiar. I don't know why. I just didn't. I guess I didn't realize that was him. That's wild.
I remember that shit because I was like, "Fuck, dude!" I'm like, that is very odd. Like an odd way to go.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing about it, and but I didn't realize it was almost 15 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's wild.
Did you think in the movie that him and one actually, how do you feel about her name getting revealed in the second half of Beatrice Kidd or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's just part of the,
Yeah, it just seemed weird that like they bleep it out, and then I'd almost rather just not know and just call her the bride the whole time. Then
no, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I didn't do the research. I didn't put in the work.
And then it was really weird too that like they did that. Like, they bleep out the name or whatever, but then when she's with Bill, to me, it was always so creepy and felt like they were, like, in a relationship, which I know they were because they had the kid together. But it just felt so weird. Like, she felt like she was supposed to be younger than she is, and then when they revealed the name, they showed her in school, and it was still Uma Thurman playing her. So do you think she's supposed to be younger in the scenes with Bill, or do you think she's supposed to be her now in the scenes with Bill?
I thought it was just, like, a silly way of saying, like, I'm still alive. When they showed her like sitting in the school or whatever,
I just assumed they had Uma Thurman play like the 6-year-old version of her in that scene.
I took it as like she was just like a fucking silly goofy way to be like, I'm still here, I'm still alive. Like I don't know that because I was confused because I'm like, what the fuck? And then I was like, I literally paused the movie and I'm like, this makes no sense. But then I was like, maybe it's just their way. I didn't even think of the use
her playing
the way you explained.
It just because the whole time I thought it was weird with their relationship, especially because Bill is so much older and she like it just seemed like an odd thing. So I was like, oh, did he raise her as a kid? And then they like it was weird. And then they showed her playing the kid in school. It really threw me off, but it made me wonder if like Bill raised her a little bit or not. And then like he was doing the same thing with her daughter.
Yeah, it never crossed my mind, but yeah, it could be.
Wait, someone will have to comment down. Maybe I'm crazy, and that was just a funny scene, like you said. But I was
I doubt you're crazy.
It really threw me off seeing that too. I thought that was weird. Is there anything that we might have missed in this?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to. I don't think there's really.
I mean, I watched it a while ago.
Yeah, so. I watched it like Sunday or.
I was like
Saturday.
Fuck.
But yeah, I don't know. I liked this one, but kind of like you said, it was just kind of okay, especially after just watching the first one, which is like so exciting and like nonstop fighting, and even when they're not fighting, it's still really good. But then this one was just kind of like, oh, that was a fun moment. Now we'll watch for 30 minutes that I don't care about.
Why do you think that Bud said he pawned his sword? Just like
I don't know.
So that nobody would try and steal it or something, or was he just like? Was he putting off that like he didn't care?
I think he wanted maybe like to put off the vibes that he didn't care about it and he didn't have like a sentimental attachment to it.
Weird to like show a little bit of background for him, like as a bouncer for a strip club.
Oh, I completely forgot that. Yeah, what was the point of that? That never came back around, and the guy's like, remember, take your fucking hat off. Don't wear that hat here.
Yeah, I'm like, that was weird. Just thought it was random as shit. I'm like,
that completely went out of my head.
I'm like, Okay, cool, I guess. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe they were like hoping they wanted to make it longer or like, whatever. But I was just like, I didn't feel like it was absolutely necessary.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, that could have been cut out easily, and it could have been like a 10-minute less movie.
I was like, yeah, I don't know. Then, like, I don't know. The guy, you know, I would have. I mean, I don't know, because Tarantino didn't have a cameo in either of these, did he?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't think he was in either one of these.
Because see, I would have, in my head, I would have imagined him being like the fucking like the strip club manager.
That would have made sense. That would have made and then you'd be like, oh, that's why the scene's in there, because that was his cameo. That would have made so much more sense.
Like Stan Lee in the Marvel or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta have all your fucking Stan Lee scenes. Jesus Christ.
And you're going, what the fuck is this? Why is this in here? This is stupid.
That does have the same vibes in his movie. We were just kind of like, oh, this movie was good. Can you just move on past this part? You don't have to be in it.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, who knows? It's odd, but you know, what are you gonna do? I just thought it was strange and different that was there.
Glad you brought that up, but because that literally has nothing to do with the movie whatsoever. Has no effect on it. Even if you take that out, it wouldn't matter.
Because like, did we really get a backstory on the one-eyed chick? I mean,
no, we got a little bit of information of her here and there throughout the first movie, but like almost nothing of her just being like Bill's assistant. Almost, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And then she just shows up and gets killed in this one.
Yeah.
No, that's weird.
So,
I wonder if maybe they were gonna do that for everybody, and then he just really likes him, so we won't
ever getting to interview Quentin. We'll ask.
That's the only thing we'll ask. Hey, why the fuck was this scene in Kill Bill 2?
Well, no, we'll ask why he didn't end with a fight with Bill, and we'll ask why he put the
flashback in there with Bud.
15-minute flashback of Bud.
Yeah.
As a bouncer for a strip club.
Yeah, and there's the bouncer, there's the strip club owner there, the girl, and him. No one important to the movie.
Lived like a fucking complete slob.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
I do love though how Bud gets fucked over and just like he gets the money, he thinks he won, and just fucking this snake gets him through the briefcase and shit.
Yeah.
That is pretty fun. Although fuck, it would have been annoying to have to clean up that money. She's just sitting there swiping it all in there, leaving the snake there.
The nice thing was it was in bundles, so it would have been easier than just loose. But yeah, fucking still, I'm like, Jesus. And like, who would have known? I mean, like, and then they're fighting in the trailer, and I'm like, there's a fucking snake in there that could kill both of you. I'm like, you're not worried about that? I would have been like, we're going to go outside and fight, okay? Like, I'll fucking beat your ass out here. Come on, bitch.
Especially,
like, I'm not fighting in
Uma
there.
Thurman is baroot, too, running in there trying to sword fight people. Just get nipped in the foot.
At the end, she's walking out, and it's like, I'm like, I would have cut her head off.
It was like, Beatrice, hey, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all Harry Potter.
It connects now.
Slytherin.
Oh, fuck.
Slytherin and shit.
Ron's going to show up.
I don't know.
Anything else about Kill Bill Volume 2 before we
I don't think so.
Move on?
I don't think so.
So next week we got Death Proof, like you said. I'm excited for that.
Proof.
Starring Kurt Russell. We got even Uma Thurman's her what's it called? Stunt double. Zoe Bell. Yeah, she is in it as like a main actress.
Rosario Dawson.
Zara Dawson, Ahsoka herself. There's a lot of good people.
I almost watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 on the plane. It was on. They had it on.
Oh, really?
But I didn't. Yeah.
I heard that.
Nice.
I can't hear the music in the beginning of the podcast, but I can hear you fart. What the fuck kind of sense does that make?
Shut up, bitch.
I don't know how that works.
But yeah, it was just a couple years ago I saw it, and I fucking loved it. It's pretty quick too, and I love it.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to watch. Like I said, I haven't seen it. So.
Do you like Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
I just watched him. I watched The Thing for the first time the other night too, and Taylor was asking me what I like him in, so I was naming a bunch of movies in it.
I can't say that I've seen that.
Oh,
I like him in Tombstone.
Oh, I forget. Yeah, he's in Tombstone. I told Taylor she should watch that too because he's really good in that. I would. He's another guy that I would watch him in anything.
30-year-old movie now, but I love it.
Yeah, we did. I think we did that too for Random Ramblings, didn't we?
I'm pretty sure we did.
That was a really good one. I should watch Tombstone again. Actually, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's great.
I watched, and then we watched. There was something else that made me start watching Western movies after that.
Ahsoka or something.
Oh,
like
Ahsoka, yeah, that's got Rosario Dawson in it too. It's the new Star Wars show.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. The Star Wars shit has been pretty shitty lately, and that's pretty good.
I watched like a minute and a half of your review, and then I just hit the like button, and I was like, "There's my support."
Nice. I appreciate that. You know, you don't watch the show, so I get it.
Even though I probably never watched the show, so it really wouldn't be spoilers to me. But I was just like, I'm gonna drop a like. I watched a minute and a half.
If you like people getting stabbed in the chest with lightsabers and surviving, it's the show for you.
Okay, well maybe. I doubt it.
How was your guys' vacation though? You get anything fun happen?
No, it was good. It was good. It was nice. The weather was great. It was like I don't think it was ever over 78 degrees.
Oh, I'm so fucking jealous. God damn.
Yeah. Well, you saw a couple of the pictures I posted. You're like, I'm fucking jealous. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like at night it was getting down into like 50s and shit at night.
God, so you guys are probably like cold and shivering.
No.
Meanwhile, my balls were sweating.
Everybody else was. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's so fucking cold." I'm like, it's fucking 98.
You're like, this is nice as shit. Shut up.
I'm like, this is lovely. But yeah, no, it was great. It was good. It went by fast. I mean, it always does.
Mm-hmm. No,
and then we came home, and then my AC went out in my car.
Oh, that's why I was out.
So I dropped it off. How much time do we have?
We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, I could probably give a quick rundown. You got anything else? Because this will probably take us.
I'm all good.
All right. So, drop it off last Monday at the dealer, and they're like, I go. It was like blowing on my side of the car. It was blowing hot air.
Mm-hmm.
On the passenger side, it was blowing cold air.
Mm.
So I'm like, what the fuck? So I found out that like there was an extended warranty, not a recall, but an extended warranty for my version of the car. It's a Honda Civic, because like they're having issues with like certain things leaking or whatever. So I took it to an actual Honda dealership because I was like, well, hopefully it's one of those things, and that's it'll just be covered. It wouldn't cost me anything.
Yeah.
So I drop it off Monday. She calls me Tuesday. And she's like, "Oh, it's your Schrader valves. Your Schrader valves are leaking on the low side." So I'm like, "All right, cool. What?" She's like, "It'll be like $375." And I was like, "Well," I guess that's not that bad. Like,
could be worse, but fuck.
Yeah. So then she calls me 3 hours later and goes, "We changed your Schrader valves. We pumped down your shit. We put the fucking the dye in with the Freon." She's like, "It's leaking like everywhere." She's like, "I have a quote. It's coming over to you. $2,000.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, $2,000 to replace like basically the entire It's like the evaporator core, like the whole main hub.
Oh my god!
So I'm like, wow. So I'm like, almost shitting myself on the couch.
Yeah.
Talk to Abby. She's like, just do it. She's like, you have to have air. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I guess. I'm like, I'd rather just give the car away at this point. I'm like, fucking $2,000. I'm like, fuck off. So it was supposed to be done Wednesday last week when we did the pod, or when we were supposed to do the pod. It was right. It was not. So I was at the dealer. They told me it was going to be done. So I went down there, and I didn't have a ride home. So I'm waiting and I'm waiting. They never finished it. So I get it back Thursday. So I drive it home on Thursday. Okay, it's blowing cold, working great. I'm like, hell yeah. Friday, I went to pick up my kids, and my son had a basketball tournament this weekend. So I get halfway to their house, it just stops blowing air. The air fucking stops blowing, like after 20 minutes. Okay, it's hot as shit, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? So I message the fucking lady again, and I'm like, hey. I'm like, just driven it for 30 minutes. It's not blowing any air. It sounds like the air's on, but there's no air coming out of any of the vents. So then she messages me back and is like, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me know when you can bring it in. So I'm like, I go, my son has a basketball tournament all weekend. So I knew he had all games all day Saturday. And so I said, unfortunately, it'll be Monday. So, and she never replied. So then Monday, I'm like, hey, can I just bring it in? Do I need to make an appointment? And like nothing. She doesn't reply. So then I blow her up again, like an hour later, and nothing. So then I start calling. I have like her direct line, but it doesn't take me to her voicemail. It takes me to like some main message system where it's like, if you know your party's extension, enter it now. If not, wait for an operator. And then it was like, thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Like, so then I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So like finally an hour later, like an hour later on Monday, she goes, I'm so sorry. She's like, your technician who worked on your vehicle is off today. I'm off tomorrow. The earliest you can bring it in is Wednesday. I'm like, so I got to wait 3 more fucking days?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I just spent $2,000. I'm like, I feel like this shit should be fixed fucking today.
Yeah, it should have been fixed yesterday.
Yeah. So I'm not happy. So I gotta take. She goes, just bring it in anytime on Wednesday.
Oh
but I'm
my
like,
God.
I don't have Abby will be at work, so it's like,
oh fuck, son of a bitch.
I think you're really out of line.